Hey, it's Joy. I've got big feelings about little things, and I want to talk about it. Oh yeah, I'm mad about it. And the fact that everyone else is not up in arms about it is a big part of the problem. Oh, I bawled my eyes out, like I always do. It was the sweetest thing. Oh, it was the cutest thing. It was the funniest thing. Thanks for being here. Let's go. Hey, thanks so much for being here. Glad to have you. I'm having big feelings this week, as usual, this time about technology. The truth of it is, though, it's actually a very little small feeling, very small feeling, but it's magnified by the fact that I've had this little feeling 467,000 times over the last 30 years. So instead of just feeling that one little feeling, I feel all 465,000 or whatever number I just gave you. I feel them all in one fell swoop. My parents and technology. Ooh, they bring up a lot of feelings. So my parents have cable TV, as you might expect them to. But that cable provider is no longer providing cable TV. So it's gotten to the point where it's not worth it. They're not able to make any money off of it. It's a streaming world. And so they're just simply not providing it anymore. That's going away. And I'm sure some other people are still providing cable services, but not my parents' cable company that provides them to cut service to their home, right? Okay. So things have changed. Things change like that all the time, right? You get a notice, hey, in 6 months, so-and-so is happening, and we can prepare for it. And so in that way, it's like a little small feeling. It's kind of a pain, but it's not really a life-changing thing. We'll figure something else out. So they're offering, go to YouTube TV. They've kind of figured out the circumstance, so you can just hop onto that little bandwagon and you can watch TV from there. Okay? Thanks for the years. I mean, that part is a little crazy to me. Like I never thought I would see a world in which we didn't have TV. Like, how could we not have TV? Because I didn't realize, we're going to get the same thing from a different type of delivery service. But here we are. Okay. So the parents have been notified, hey, we're going to have to give this up. We got to move to YouTube TV in like 6 months. So where does my head go back to? My head goes back to probably when I was in college, and I bought my mom her first iPod. And that was a thing back then. So if you don't know, it was like just a little, like a smaller than a phone, and it literally just held music. Were podcasts a thing back then? I don't think so. Yeah, just held music. And you would go to your computer, your PC, and you would download the music from there and then send all the music to the iPod. And then you could take your iPod. I mean, this was like such a big deal that I had a specific armband that I would wear that had a little pocket for the iPod. And you could wear that to the gym. You could wear it to go running. You could just wear it to run errands if you wanted, because you needed to have access, and it needed to be close to your head because headphones had wires in them. Okay, so I've got this little thing on my arm. There's my iPod in it, and it literally turn it on, click, 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 and then there's a couple of options you could choose. You can do a playlist. You can be on shuffle, meaning just grab a random song, or you can play them in order. That's what it was, but it was a huge deal because before that, we were on CDs. And before that, we were on cassette tapes. So it was a fun new thing. And I was like, this is great, Mom. You can have all the music you want. You want your oldies on there? You got it, baby. We can get you some oldies. We can get you some Elvis. She adored Elvis. Like, listen to him going to sleep at night as a teenager and like dreaming of Elvis. And that's back when he looked real good. And even when he was in the Army, he was beautiful, and she enjoyed that. So I was like, Mom, wouldn't this be fun? You can have some Elvis. You can have some fun, like 60s if you want to, we love to listen to oldies and clean the house. And so I was like, that would be so fun. Or you can get some of your country favorites. We can put your Jesus music on there. If you want to just have a little Jesus time, you can listen to all on your iPod, Mom. It's so easy. So for probably the next, I'm going to say 2 years. I think 2 years. I would, when it was her birthday, I'd throw in an iTunes gift card. I'd pop over. Can you help me put some music on my iPad? Absolutely. I'd pop over and we'd download some songs. I would connect it. I'd show her. I'd walk her through step by step. Here's the kind of concept. We're going to go get it. We bought the music. Now we're going to put it on the iPod. And she'd get her little notebook out and get a pen, and she would write step 1. Open up the computer. Step 2. And here's what you need to bring with you. You need to bring your iPod. You need to bring the wire that connects the iPod to the computer, okay? And then you need to bring either, you should have your credit card already in there, or if you have an iTunes gift card, I'll show you how to do that. And I think for 2 years, off and on, she'd be like, can you help me with this iPod? And I was like, sure, I'm happy to. But when I tell you we did not get anywhere. I don't think we got anywhere with that iPod. I'm sure it's in a landfill somewhere now. And God bless, she's got an iPhone now, so she does know what to do with that. But that was one example. 2 years, guys. And I'm not saying every single day for 2 years we went over the same thing, but we kind of did repeat that process of like, okay, do you want me to just do it for you? Do you want me to teach you how? Do you want me to write it down? What do we want to do to kind of make this thing work? And we tried this and we tried that and we tried the other, and we just flat out didn't get anywhere. So okay, so we'll put that in the landfill and we'll move on and we'll go. But we've probably repeated that process with other similar things a few times. And I know I'm not alone. My friend Natalie, sorry, Natalie, should I have made up a fake name? My friend Karina I got lost making up a fake name. Sorry, Natalie. If you don't want me to tell this, I'll say it's a different Natalie. Natalie's mom, she could not call her mom for something like 3 months because she accidentally pushed a button and put her phone in like do not disturb mode and couldn't figure out how to undo it. And also didn't know it was in there. And Natalie's mom lives a couple states away. So it wasn't like she could just pop over and be like, hey, Mom, I'm calling you, but you can't tell. So she's trying to figure out like, well, how do I even let her know about it? Because Natalie and I both, we'll like FaceTime our parents and be like, hey, walk through this. Or I'll screenshot something, or I'll video screenshot and say like, you're looking for this, then you click on this, then you click on this. We love that kind of thing. But how do you get a video screenshot to your mom? Or how do you FaceTime your mom? Or how do you talk her through it on the phone when she doesn't even know her phone's going off? She doesn't even know anything's happening, right? And so Natalie's, besides panicking, like, are you okay? Okay, you're alive. Okay, you're doing great. Okay, you're okay. Oh, it's something about your phone. Okay. Now, how are we going to get to the bottom of this? Because I'll tell you what, Dad's not any help. Dad has no idea what happened either. So Natalie's like, okay, am I going to have to drive 3 states over and just show up and have the phone? So she's talking to her brother about it. He's like, oh, I just got off the phone with her. She's like, okay. So it's actually not do not disturb. It's like she somehow blocked me, I guess. So getting to the bottom of what is going on with the technology, what's the issue, what's going on, and how to get them to explain what they're seeing or what happened is, at least for me, and maybe it's just because I'm not good at technology, maybe it's because I'm not a good teacher, but it's almost impossible. It's almost impossible, right? I mean, I think. And now I'm kind of getting to that place where it's like, okay, I could really use a teenager to help me with this. So am I even the best person to be trying to help diagnose and figure this stuff out? Back to YouTube TV. So we're in the process, on our way. We have to go evaluate the TVs. Are the TVs even smart? Like, can the TVs even access YouTube TV? Is that even a thing? Because I'll tell you, I hadn't really thought through it much, and I thought, I'm going to go back there, and this is going to be one of those TVs that's like 3 feet wide in the back. 3 feet wide in the back, weighs 45 pounds. Pretty sure we don't have access to Wi-Fi on this TV. And even if we could physically plug it up, how are we going to do that? You know, I can't turn the whole we're talking about an old school TV. What do you call that thing that you put like a TV inside of, and then there's drawers all around to put your DVDs in? It's not convenient to get to. They've made these new TVs. They weigh nothing. You just slide them over. There's a million plugs in the back. They can find Wi-Fi without anything. Man, these older TVs, that's not it. And so I know it would be best if I just went over there, got on the phone with somebody, or figured it out, or YouTubed it, or whatever. I just have a lot of big feelings about it, and I don't want to do it. And I'm afraid it's going to turn into a 2-year thing. That's exactly what I'm afraid of. That's exactly what I'm afraid of. It's going to be a whole 2-year thing, and my parents can't ever find the local news again, and they have no idea if it's voting day, or what the weather's going to be, or if the schools are closed. Do they have any kids in school? No, but they somehow need to still be connected with what's going on in the local district so that we have that foundation of our community. And I appreciate that about them. But God bless, we need the local news to get there. That's what we got to get. And if we don't have a smartphone, or we need a smart TV to do it, I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know what we're going to do. So I think what I'll do is mentally prepare, have some good coffee, tell them, hey, have your little book out that has all your passwords in it. Because that's the other thing. No matter what pops up, I'm like, hey, how about if we do this? Or how about if we look at this? I'm like, do you have a password? And she's like, for Apple? I'm like, well, maybe for Apple, or whatever it is we're looking at, or the doctor, or I don't, whatever the thing is. I'm like, go grab it, and she'll have it there written. I'm like, is that any capitals in there? I don't know. Any capital letters? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, ultimately, we do get into most things, but it's a process. Having said all this, though, I am interested in the concept of, maybe rent a Gen Zer, or rent an Alpha, like where you can get on an app and rent a contractor for the day. You can rent a do-it-yourself for the day. Hey, can you help me change these light bulbs and fix this little thing and paint this corner and do this? You can just hire someone to pop over and just be your little expert at fixing up the house. You can rent a husband. You can this and that. You can rent a whatever. Can I rent a young person? And listen, I understand there's such a thing as like someone to come help you with tech. I'm talking about, I just want a young person that will just take care of the things, right? I don't need you to just take care of the things. Just do the things. Just do the things. So having said all these stories, I understand that I'm coming into my own on this as well. But I don't have any kids. I just need like a young person. I'll pay you for an hour of your time. We don't have to chit chat. I'm not going to make you a snack. Can you just connect this? Can you make that? I'll point to this and I'll point to that. Can you make this work? Hey, I'm going to give you a horrible example because I can't get a Bluetooth speaker to work. But hey, I got this Bluetooth speaker. I don't know. Can you just whatever? Because in probably 10 years, I don't think it's going to be much more than that. if it's not already here. The technology is going to kind of have passed me along. And that's the way of the world. That's how it goes. That's what's supposed to happen. We're supposed to be new. The technology is supposed to get better and newer and faster and younger. And I'm just not. And it's going to be harder and harder for me to learn it. So if I could just rent someone for, rent someone's time for an hour, 2 hours when the time comes, and just put it on an app. Let's go. Hey, I need you to pop over and fix this little thing. Can you come over and just connect this with that? Thank you. And if I tip you extra, will you go over and put YouTube TV on my parents' TV? Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Little Things, Big Feelings with Joy Delaney. I'm James, the producer, editor, director, and executive producer. Follow Joy on socials at Joy Delaney Cox on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Honestly, forget TikTok. I don't even know how to use it
You
anyway.
don't know how to use it anyway.
James?
Follow Joy on socials at Joy Delaney Cox on Instagram and Facebook. See you next week.